I'm just going to quietly kill your spiders. That's a 1. That's a 2.
You toil and tussle to reach me. And for what? To have your skin torn from your meat?
Well, you know, having skin
broth,
gets tiresome.
your soul devoured by maggots.
It'd be less maintenance for me, frankly. What is that sound? I don't like that. I like it in the sense that it's good sound design. I dislike it in the sense that it sounds like there's spiders crawling on me. You know, I really thought I had to get to the top of the house, and here we are at the very tippy top. And I gotta go down? Yeah, that seems like a trap. I'm gonna fall through the floor again. It's gonna be a whole thing.
Fine, little cricket. Have it your way.
I will have it my way. Thank you.
Boost!
See, no boss fight now. We're just gonna be friends. You know, if this does become my player home, all I gotta say is I don't really know if I, can see myself living here. It's not really my scene. Song of the Hagmother by Marion Mudlurker, Spaewife of the Craven Coven. Oh. Yeah, there's multiple, like, books, there's multiple lore books added by the creation, which I like that. I do really like that they put in that time and effort. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this right now. Oh god. What would you like to do? Leave, close eyes, and submerge. Maybe let's go deal with Anise first. Before I start shoving my head into random basins, when she could easily just kill me as I close my eyes and stick my face in and bob for apples. Oh. Well, I think this is where I want to be. Whether I really want to be or not.
Your sweaty arse up to my home. I should have killed you the second you stepped foot in my hut. You drag the stench with you. And now you're going to feel the true consequences of defying my graciousness! Run!
Oh god. Oh, and she's teleporting. I do wish that I could have gotten the subtitles for what she had to say, not just there, but the entire time that I was going through the house as well. Because I have dialogue sound maxed out, and I do have dialogue sound also boosted from another mod that I have from an SKSE plugin, so would have loved to see that. I am someone who I love subtitles in games. I don't use them for TV shows or movies, but every game I play, subtitles. Yeah, I'm gonna need that level up. Ooh, I'm gonna use it like right now. I do like her little screeches too. There's no way it's gonna be that simple. There's no way it's gonna be as simple as just beating you down right here, right now. No. You're gonna have another trick up your sleeve, aren't you? Yep. Yes, she will. Okay, yep. Oh, I should have expected as much. I'm gonna level up. As I just narrowly dodge that spell, yeah.
Boost!
Now, I know all of these are gonna be fake Anises, yeah. But I'd rather just deal with them first. That way I don't have, you know, 7 Anises fighting me, 7 Anises attacking me all at once. Oh, that's the real Anise. Oh, I found her, I found her. Is that the only one right now? It is, okay. Maybe as I'm being attacked isn't the right time to start looking around for illusions, but what can I say? As someone who never got super far in Baldur's Gate 3, you know, obviously I see the connections, I do see the inspiration from Auntie Ethel. And man, oh man, I can at least handle Anise. I did a terrible job with Auntie Ethel. I did it, but it was not easy for me. Oh, okay, that's not just an Atronach, it's a Hag's Atronach. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I am so dead right now. I have another level up as well. I'm gonna resist shock? I don't know how well it'll work because Hagfire is both shock and fire. I'll take both, and I can always do resist magic later as well. Oh, and she vanished. Oh, she's a tricky one, isn't she? Wait a second, is she... Okay, she's over there. I got scared that she had already ascended somehow. Just because I saw the bright light. And I've been told many times in my life, don't go towards the bright light. I do like that they did record all the little, like, combat noises as well. It's a little thing, but you'd be surprised how many people don't think to record that. Uh-oh.
You have no idea what you've done.
Oh, I do.
I'll be back. You'll never be rid of me.
Wait, no. Don't you go anywhere. Oh, phew. Oh, I was hoping that she wasn't gonna escape. I was really hoping. The island took its revenge. Hagfire Storm. Hagfire Lightning Bolt that does 40 points of shock damage to health and half to magicka, then leaps to a new target, and an additional 10 points of damage. Targets on fire take extra damage. Okay. Claw of Anise, new dagger, like the model for that. Quite literally, you know, a claw. Target takes 25 points of shock damage and half as much magicka damage. Well, I will take all of that. Yeah, I can go back to Skyrim, or, you know, I could go back to the Grove Keeper. I can also explore around here, which I think I'm gonna do first. I just want to go into the house real fast. I want to see what it looks like after she dies. And I can also fool around with the basin now, too. Alright, time to shove my face in. Just really get in there, you know? Oh, this was a bad idea, wasn't it? Maybe I shouldn't have done this. Wait, what was that? I hear voices. Is this memories? Like, I can make out some voices here and there. Oh.
Find their souls. This form I relent.
Once again, would have loved subtitles. That's just an accessibility thing for me, though.
They tortured me, you know. Every day. Until my power became weak and faded away.
Okay, yep, I'm back. Okay. Whew. Well, the Grove Keeper did talk about, oh, Anise, and I stayed up into the long hours of the night, and, man, who knew that she was, filming them? Who knew she was recording it? Alright, so from the front of the house we have this shrine and that mine. I would like to discover both. And I'll do that before I go back to the Grove Keeper as well. Olrag's Ascension discovered. So this is gonna be... That's gonna be my best bet for what to do with the skull then. Because I hadn't found what to do with his skull just yet, but this seems... fitting. Seems appropriate. Because at first I thought, oh, his council, but no. We can have him ascend the way that, you know, the druids were supposed to, the way the druids had meant to. Yep, here we go. Place Olrag's skull. You know, I'm not really doing this because I like Periite. I just want to make that clear. Oh! Olrag's chosen, Olrag's chosen, Olrag's champions! See, it's not enough that I brought him to his ascension. I still have to prove myself too. I had to kill him, his champions, free the Isle of Anise's influence. All I gotta say, Olrag, little greedy. All he does is take and take and take. Almost. Almost. Boom. There. Oh, that's a big horse. Oh, there's gonna be more, isn't there? No. Okay. I thought there was gonna be more. I was worried there was gonna be another wave, but no, I got it. Summon Olrag's stallion form in the Blighted Marsh or Tamriel's Wilderness to act as your steed. I'll show it off a little bit more when we get back to Tamriel, when we are in the review section. Alright, we should be here. Am I gonna have to drop down into something, or... Okay, nope, just right here. The Mired Mines discovered. Well, we did read about the mines, about the stick and stump working in the mines. I think we finally found it. Yeah. Yeah, and even with the Crones, the Hag's Dead, they are still under the influence. Like, it doesn't suddenly end.
This little game.
Should be a pretty straightforward cave, but I wonder if I'll find anything new, anything good in here. I mean, really, when you think about it, I'm doing all of these Thrall a favor. I am freeing them. I am saving them. And especially with the Crones dead and with their magic lingering, persisting, what are they gonna do with their lives now? They're just gonna be here stuck in their loops until they die of natural causes. That's no way to live, come on. Okay, this is a little bigger than I had expected. This is a little bit larger than I had anticipated it to be. Lot of people to free then. Lot of people to help. I like to think of myself as being, you know, a real people person. Really, I'm I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. So kind. I'm a real giver. Yeah, I'm wondering where this leads then. Wait, did that just say hive? Oh no. It said bog spawn hive. Oh. Think of it this way, at least we're gonna put them to rest for good. The Bogfather wasn't it. The Bogfather was not the end. Never is. Oh. Oh. An enthralled giant. So I'm wondering if I'm supposed to collect I don't know, skulls or something from all the enthralled creatures. So we have the enthralled lurker, and now we have a giant with a giant pickaxe. Who made that for you? Just out of curiosity. Okay, no, he doesn't have anything unique. Was just curious. It was just a theory. The hag sent us a giant to help with the mining a few days ago. Believe me, I appreciate the help, but the thing eats and eats and eats. We've had to share our food with it, and I'm getting hungry. I can't take this anymore. None of us can. We haven't eaten in 3 days because of that thing. We're taking the food back tonight. Oh, I see how that went. That was not the smartest choice. Oh, there it is. Is that going to be the source of the bog spawn? Maybe. Do you think I need to go down the waterfall? Is that how I get out of here? It sure looks like it. I guess we're gonna see. I was gonna say, there's no way this chest is completely unguarded. Especially not when you have an enemy type that just pops out of the ground. Like, just always expect enemies when that's the case. Oh. Yep. There you go. The Mire Mother to go along with the Bog Father. When a Mire Mother and a Bog Father love each other, oh god, the abominations that they make. Let me tell you. I'm just gonna stagger you. Oh, almost there. I should heal, but I'm just getting greedy. Conjure bog spawn, perfect. That's the thing, if I hadn't been able to learn how to conjure the bog spawn, then I would have been a little sad, because that would have been a missed opportunity. And there's Meridia's beacon again. Man, oh man, oh man, because I saw it the one time on the first character that I used for this, and now I'm seeing it on the second one. Of course. Now, where does this lead? Alright, and we're back outside. Something just occurred to me, though. Now that I have the mask, I can go back to Crone's council because there was a barrier around a spell tome, and now that I have the mask, I should be able to get through that barrier. Unless that's not how other barriers work, but it makes sense to me because I didn't see any other way to lower it. Yep, there you go, and it's gone. Or, wait, let me see. If I take off the mask... No, okay. Killing Anise lowers it anyway. Got it. Summons a Hag's Atronach for 60 seconds wherever the caster is pointing. And on that note, we can go talk to the Grovekeeper, because that should be really the only thing I have left.
The hag is dead. I can feel its impact already. My magic is returning.
What will happen now?
I think, in time, this land will perhaps heal. But that is a distant dream. You have done a great service to the natural order of this isle. The hag's influence will remain for a time, but eventually, even their magic will fade away. You have earned the highest honor I have the right to bestow. The inner garden is yours, for as long as you would use it. Without the hag, I can restore it to a more presentable state.
Okay.
Again, thank you. You are most welcome here. I will remain the guardian of this land for centuries to come. But you may come and go as you please.
There we go. Visit your
Be on your
new
way now.
home. And look at how much nicer that is now. We still got mannequins because mannequins. Because is it a Skyrim house without mannequins that, you know, you wake up, you see them out of the corner of your eye and you scream a little bit? But that's just me, because I've never liked the Skyrim mannequins. When I go ahead and I furnish my homes, I always avoid adding them as much as I possibly can. Yeah, I'll also include some shots of the house of going through the house during the review section as well. But this is nice, you know, it's very, very cottagecore. Oh, which is, you know, very fitting for this time of year. It's also a significant size, like, this is a large home. Yeah, we got some planting spots here. It's so much nicer. It's so nice, you know, without all the gross shit. Just what a world of difference it makes. They really left a lot of potions here, too. It's a very well-stocked house, I will say. I do kind of wish that there was a way outside of portals to get to the upper floors of the house, though. I get that it's in the theme of the creation and the home, but would have liked if it was all connected personally. Oh, wait a second, business ledger? It doesn't do anything. It might just be for display purposes. I have a feeling it's just kind of there for display, as I think this book is freaking out and that's the noise that I hear. Yeah, it's a large home. It's a big home, but it's a good one. Wait a second, is the... Oh no! What are you doing standing up there? I don't like that. Oh, the, it's gone. The basin is gone. Oh. No more drowning fever dreams for me. At approximately $5, I think Coven of Crones is a really good value, to the point where it kinda outclasses every other creation at that same price point. It's a fun, consistent, one-and-done adventure telling a fully self-contained story. I think there's a lot of things that are done really well here. Level and dungeon design was really good, fitting the theme that they were going for. It wouldn't have made sense to add different types of dungeons, be it Dwemer, Nordic, or so on. Instead, focusing on more natural caves and a couple ruins worked for the intended purpose. There's a really good verticality in this creation as well, not just in the overland map, but in several of the dungeons too. The surprise drop into the cavern in Crone's Rest is a really good example of this. I think they did a good job with dungeon density, trying to fill in the map without making it overcrowded. And just about every dungeon had a purpose, be it a quest or a reward at the end. The sound design was good, the voice acting was very good, although I did hear some minor clicks and slight background noise with a couple of the characters. Rhaenyra Hawke's performance as Anise was fantastic, and I didn't even recognize that the Grove Keeper was played by Daniel Hodge. It's easy to forget how good of a range he has. Coven of Crones gives us a few rewards, ranging from new spells, a new power, a mount, some retextured weapons, as well as some completely newly modeled gear. The Druid mask looks really good, and the Claw of Anise is really well designed. The new player home is pretty massive, but it's broken up into different rooms and cells to make sure that it's not too open. It's pretty well designed without being completely over the top, which is an issue that I find in a lot of new player homes. Given that it's the Grove Keeper's magic that restores and cleans up the house, I almost kinda wish we had some options with him in order to choose how decorated we want it to be. Which is essentially my way of saying, less mannequins, please. I also would have loved for the entire house to be connected without the use of portals, but that's ultimately much more of a personal preference. Gameplay is the obvious highlight for me in this creation. From having small puzzles like opening the portal to reach the island, falling through the floor in Anise's cabin, only to think you'll safely escape through the portal, only to have the Bogfather emerge and smash it. The boss fight with Anise is obviously the most interesting of the bosses we saw. It takes notes from the other Crone fights too. The Gloom Hag summoning illusions of herself, the Vile Hag teleporting away so you have to focus on her minions first. It rides the line of trying to make a more complex Skyrim boss, but without adding so much in terms of mechanics that it no longer feels like something that fits into the game. I would very much consider this experience to be Vanilla Plus, which might not be a positive to everyone, but for me, I want creations to feel like a more natural addition to the game, while the free mods out there can go a bit more hog wild. A lot of comments I saw made mention that it felt like the creation drew inspiration from Auntie Ethel from Baldur's Gate 3, and I can definitely see that. Most specifically with Anise in particular. But it's also very much worth noting that Baldur's Gate draws a lot of its own inspiration, specifically from D&D, where you have these covens of hags, who are often known for making underhanded deals with unsuspecting mortals. So in that sense, I think Coven of Crones does a really great job of playing off that iteration of D&D's hags, showing us these lost souls who realize how foolish they were in making these deals. And the Grove Keeper, who has suffered a similar fate by falling for Anise's lies and company, allowing her to steal the power of the island for herself in order to complete the Ascension ritual. The biggest issue I ran into during my time playing was in regards to the scripts for a couple of the miscellaneous quests. This was ultimately due to upgrading the creation on an existing save. And Skyrim doesn't always love it when you introduce new scripts partway through a playthrough. It's not something that you'll see in every mod or every creation, but it is a possibility. But I very much thought that it was worth going back and making sure that I was able to complete the quests as intended. Getting to have the correct interactions and fights with the Lost Souls, being able to claim Ulreg's mount form. It made me glad that I went back and replayed the creation. The funny thing is that I didn't think anything of it when I was killing the Lost Souls and nothing happened. I thought it was completely fine as is. Finding out that I was supposed to fight their curse after killing their corporeal form was a surprise for me. It's nothing crazy obviously, but it's a cool little wow factor that added more to their encounters. One of the only critiques that I have is that I would have loved a little more dialogue when confronting the two Crones. Having them mock you or taunt you as you approach, or even during their fights, would have made them feel a bit more like characters and less like quest objectives. I will say though that their books and notes help to rectify this quite a bit, and having spoken to Heavy Burns, I know the team was limited in how much they could afford from the voice actors. I do really want to compliment the writing though, especially in regards to the new books and notes. While we might not be able to interact more with the Crones themselves, their books and journals go a long way in showing their treacherous behavior, their aspirations, and so on. If anything, you can really tell that they had a lot of fun writing these new books. And I, for one, love that we got a sea shanty that acts as a new skill book. I think this was a really fun take on an existing, fairly basic character from Skyrim. Anise has no quest tied to her. You can find out that she wants to form a coven, then kill her, and that's it. Obviously, this does a lot to make her a more fleshed out character, having an entire story revolve around her. But at the same time, I think this also could have worked just as well with a completely new character. which in turn might have avoided some potential conflicts with other mods, other creations, or eliminate issues with playing this on a save game where you've already killed Anise. Ultimately, the very few critiques that I have come down to me asking for the creation to be at least slightly larger in scope than was intended, and in adding more and more, the team likely would have had to change the price point. And I know they were very firmly settled on that 500 credit price point from the get-go. Having spoken with the team, their thought process in setting that price was looking at the cost of the official DLCs from over 10 years ago, and setting their own price based on how much content they felt they were providing in comparison to Dawnguard or Dragonborn. I realize that setting your price point this way might make it harder for verified creators, especially a team of creators, to be able to break even on these projects. But as a consumer, it's a mindset that I really appreciate. This wasn't a story that would have made sense to take place in a larger world space. It wouldn't have been fitting to have the story be twice as long, with a ton more characters or a lot more side quests. They found a really good balance here. Pacing was good, the side content helped to fill out the world space, and there was never a moment where I found myself bored. There isn't much replayability offered by the creation, but even still, it's the kind of quest and new world space that will be fun to go back to every now and then on subsequent playthroughs. Now, there's quite a few mods out there that I can recommend as free alternatives. The first of which is a very old mod, but one that has managed to stand the test of time. Wyrmstooth by Jonxor is one of the first DLC-sized mods, and to this day, I say that it's still one of the better new world mods out there too. In some ways, it reminds me a bit of Coven of Crones, in the sense that it's a fairly straightforward, self-contained adventure. The East Empire Company hires you to kill a dragon that's disrupting its trade routes, taking you to a brand new island. However, one way in which Wyrmstooth differs is that it has more characters and quests, with many of its side quests opening up after completing the main story. To me, Wyrmstooth really helped to set the standard for Skyrim quest mods pretty early on, and I highly recommend checking it out. The second mod that I'm recommending today is Saints and Seducers Extended Cut. This mod fleshes out the free Creation Club pack of the same name, adding a new zone within the Shivering Isles, with new characters and gear. The focus here is on the new main quest, but there's a few miscellaneous quests along the way, and it reminds me quite a bit of Coven of Crones in terms of pacing and the type of content included. The final free alternative that I have for you today is Darkend, which I'm recommending because it has a slightly similar tone. A mysterious artifact brings you to an island overrun by dark magic, and you'll fight your way across trying to bring an end to the evil forces at play. Unlike the other mods that I mentioned, Darkend is not voiced, and instead it focuses much more on environmental storytelling, as well as notes and journals that you find along the way. One word of warning though is that Darkend is a much more difficult mod, and while I enjoyed a good chunk of it, the enemy scaling went a bit off the rails at the end. But that's gonna be all for today. As always, thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, check out the Patreon or the YouTube memberships, both of which get access to the Discord server. YouTube members also get access to the channel emotes, which can be used in the comments below. And make sure to check out the streams at twitch.tv/0periodproductions. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
You